Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, today I'm going to talk diesel. Um, I've made some significant improvements to my diesel pull tractor. I'm going to show you what I did to make that happen. Um, you hear lots of conversations, lots of questions. How do I turn up my injection pump? How do I make more smoke? How do I make more power? Everybody's looking for that magic screw on the injection pump. I got some bad news. There is no magic screw. Um, However, it isn't that complicated. I'll show you here on the drawing. I have a technical drawing here of the pump. So you can see there, that's the injection pump removed. So right here, there's this sort of latch affair. Now that is an overspeeding device, so you can't overspeed the engine. Now when you're using the tractor for what it was intended, it works perfectly fine. However, I'm not interested in using it for what it's intended for. I want to overspeed it. So I removed that little latch there and that little latch there. Right there, that little tit thing, that's your fuel rack. It moves back and forth like so. Give you more fuel, less fuel, whatever you're asking it to do. And that latch affair was stopping it from going all the way. So I got rid of that. I also, while I had it out, I took out this shim. That shim sits underneath the pump housing. When it's installed, it raises or lowers the pump away from the cam that drives the plungers. So in essence, now you've advanced the timing. You've advanced the timing by drawing it a little closer to the cams. Now that helps significantly. After I installed a new turbo, a smaller turbo, it spools up really nicely. After I'd installed that, I needed more fuel. It wasn't enough. It was running well, but there wasn't a whole lot of smoke. It needed more fuel, you could tell. So we'll go outside and I'll show you the turbo I installed. And you can see from there how that worked out. It's significantly better than it was, probably 100% better than it was last year. I've tried it, well, probably half a dozen times now. I've pulled with it, and I'm moving up. I'm not quite there yet. I've got more to do, I think, but I'm very pleased with the improvements that it's made. Okay, guys, there's the turbo. So it's a much smaller turbo than I had on it before. This turbo is from a Smart Car. Smart Car made a diesel. It was a 0.8 liter, 3-cylinder Mercedes diesel. This is a 0.8 liter Mitsubishi diesel, same size engine. So I had to make a few modifications to the exhaust side to make it fit. It was just a little bit of welding, no big deal. And this turbo is now giving me 20 to 25 pounds of boost, depending on the load I've got on it. I also added a lift pump, a little electric lift pump. So we come from the tank down, lift pump to the injection pump. Not sure whether I needed it or not, but I thought I would eliminate that problem before I'd even started. I want to make sure that I keep the injection pump flooded all the time. Now that I'm using a lot more fuel, I wanted to make sure I took that potential problem out of the equation. So there you have it, guys. Just to recap the changes that I made. Originally, I cut a bunch of weight out of the governor. This is a centrifugal governor. 3 weights on it that fan out and adjust the rack, the fuel rack accordingly. I took almost all the weight off it. Just left enough weight on it so that it would idle without over revving while it had no load on it. You want that engine to be over fueled all the time, and that helps you with that. Then I added the smaller turbo. I think that's a mistake a lot of guys make, and I made it too, where you think bigger is better, and that doesn't work. If it's too big, it won't spool up for you. It just won't work. So you have to size it correctly for the size of engine you've got and the modifications you're planning on making. After that, we needed to get it some more fuel, so I made the changes to the injection pump like I showed you, and that's it. That's all I've done. So I'm gonna make sure I get a decent video of it, of how it pulls the next time we go out. I've misplaced the keys, so I can't start it for you right now, but it really doesn't tell you much. You need to see it run. So those are a few, those changes didn't take me all that long to do. And they were very inexpensive. The turbo cost me $300. The changes I made to the injection pump didn't cost me anything. And the little lift pump I put on was about $50. So I don't have that much invested, and I've made a 100% improvement in my pulling power. Well, keep that in mind, guys. Especially when it comes to turbo size, more is not necessarily better. I want to thank Brian Purcell and his son Ethan for organizing the pull in Listowel last weekend. It was awesome. Also want to thank Stonebow Pullers. They do a lot of hard work to make a fun day for everybody. You want to see some cool pictures, go to their website, stonebowpullers.com. Has lots of good pics. Their schedule of events is on there. If you guys want to come out and have fun, check that out. Thanks again. Subscribe, hit the notification button so you don't miss anything. Stay tuned.